Hope everyone's doing well. My name is EQ and welcome to Stockaholics. On this episode, we're going to be going over Stacks or STX. This project is going to be bringing DApps, smart contracts, DeFi, staking, NFT, and much more to Bitcoin. It's secured by the Bitcoin blockchain and ecosystem. This layer 1 solution could be what keeps Bitcoin at the top. Now, before we get into this video, if you could throw a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, come join our Discord group, any of that would be greatly appreciated, and roll the intro. So Stacks or STX is currently ranked 67th on CoinMarketCap, sitting at $1.44 per coin at a market cap of $1.8 billion. We have a market cap to TVL ratio of 3.51, which is good. We have a max supply of 1.8 billion. We have a total supply of 1.352 billion, which means that there's some sort of burn incentive. It is finite, it is deflationary. And we're currently at 1.22 billion STX in the circulating supply, which is around 67% of the total supply. This is going to be a layer 1 solution that's looking to bring smart contracts and decentralized applications to Bitcoin. Looking at their website, a better internet built on Bitcoin. Now, Stacks is going to make Bitcoin programmable, which is going to enable decentralized apps and smart contracts that inherit all of Bitcoin's powers. Now, the stacks are going to connect to Bitcoin, enabling you to build the apps, the smart contracts, and digital assets that are integrated with Bitcoin security, capital, and network. You're going to be able to earn Bitcoin by stacking, so lock your STX temporarily to support the network security and consensus. As a reward, you're going to earn Bitcoin that miners transfer as part of proof of transfer. Now, this is a whole nother mechanism that you can look into. It's not a proof of work or a proof of stake. It's its own version of that, which is very, very interesting. Now, imagine our financial system on Bitcoin. Stacks makes $760 billion of capital programmable with smart contracts. You'll be able to build a better financial system on top of Bitcoin that's open, composable, and without intermediaries. You have Clarity for safer smart contracts, so you're going to be able to run your app's logic on the blockchain with Clarity smart contracts. Clarity is a more secure and predictable language that prevents many bugs and exploits, which is perfect for high stakes code where bugs are not an option. Now, it is an open source network. It helps Bitcoin release its full potential as a programmable base layer. Now, the smart contracts are controlled by the code instead of companies. They're accessible to anyone. It enables decentralized apps to do things that regular apps cannot. Once deployed on Stacks and settled on Bitcoin, the code can't be taken down. This is essential for critical internet infrastructure. Decentralized apps don't store user data on centralized servers. It's open to anyone. It's modular, meaning the decentralized apps are open and connected by default, which enables developers to build on top of each other's apps. Now, why are they built on top of Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin has all the properties that decentralized apps and smart contracts need: the security, the settlement assurances, the capital, and the network effects. The only issue that they ran into was that it is a proof of work, so they weren't able to take advantage of this. But now with Stacks, we can finally take advantage of the full power of Bitcoin. It is an open networking community. It's decentralized. It has a DAO. There's a government system. So there's a ton of potential, especially because it's connected directly to Bitcoin. They use Clarity smart contracts. This is a layer 1 blockchain solution. There's proof of transfer, so it's a consensus mechanism that connects Stacks and Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is the major use for settlement security and the reserve asset. And how they're able to scale with Bitcoin, because it's secure and stable and resistant to change. It's secure because it has very limited scripting language with a small attack surface and limited space for transactions. And then introducing these new features to the Bitcoin core protocol is hard and not desirable, as these features add complexity. So Stack solves this with proof of transfer, micro blocks, and Clarity. It's designed so that builders can benefit from Bitcoin's properties without modifying Bitcoin itself. Now, proof of transfer is a mining mechanism that provides a new take on consensus, allowing for proof of work chain to be leveraged and extended in important ways. So all Stacks transactions are going to settle on Bitcoin, which enables Stack transactions to benefit from the security. Now, proof of transfer is an upgrade from proof of work with POX. Miners are not converting with electricity and computing power to earn block rewards and transaction fees. Instead, they transfer Bitcoin, a proof of work currency, to holders of Stack tokens. This enables holders of Stack tokens to earn Bitcoin from consensus. Now, this process is called stacking, and leader election happens on Bitcoin, and new blocks are written on the Stacks blockchain. Now, some benefits of proof of transfer are the Stacks and the apps that inherit the security. The apps are built on Stacks and can interact with Bitcoin's on-chain data and state, and anyone can mine with no special hardware required. Now, when we say a layer 1 blockchain solution, it's the same as Bitcoin. It allows proof of transfer connects to Bitcoin with a 1-to-1 block ratio. The Stacks blockchain is more flexible than Bitcoin and enables smart contracts and other DApps. Now, the block time for Bitcoin is too slow to support decentralized apps, so to work around Bitcoin's limit speeds, Stack uses micro blocks that result in near instant confirmation on the Stacks blockchain. At the rate of the Bitcoin blockchain, these blocks will settle from Stacks to Bitcoin to provide the finality and security of Bitcoin. A Stacks token, or STX, is the native asset on the Stacks blockchain and is used as fuel for transactions, aka that's why there's a burn on STX. All transactions from executing Clarity contracts to creating digital assets are paid for in STX. And you'll also be able to dive into their white paper and GitHub docs a little bit more if you want to jump into that. Looking into Clarity, which is their smart contract program, it's an upgrade to existing smart contract languages that are rife with features that cause more harm than good. Bugs or malice in smart contracts can cause large-scale and irreversible harm. Clarity reduces the surface area for these bugs, making it hard to write dangerous code, and it makes it easy to see what the code will do before running it. Now, this is also a leap forward in user experience because Clarity is going to enable a familiar Web 2.0 user experience for non-technical users without relying on trust. So the Clarity design is one programmable language, no compiler, no assembly, no bytecode. The source code is interpreted on-chain. What you see is what you get. And some benefits are that it's secure and reliable, it programs with Bitcoin-based logic, and enables a more reliable and familiar user experience. Here are some of the apps that are built on Stacks, including NFT programs, decentralized registrars, seamless access to Stack apps in Safari, Chrome, Brave, etc. Paycoin, Block Survey, Pravika, Citycoins, Archivito, Xverse. There are a ton of projects that are already on here. Boom is another one for NFTs. And we also have the Stacks Accelerator, so this would be the pre-sales and the early access into Stacks programs and Stacks apps and Stacks projects. Now this is all huge, this is great, this is everything you want to see in a project. All of this is bullish, this has a ton of upside. I don't think that many people are talking about Stacks right now, and it has the potential to be a top 25 project. Now going to the chart on Stacks, we have had an all-time high price of around $3. But more than likely we'll see resistance around $2.70 if we get to that point. Now, we have been able to find this major support and hold on a major support based on long-term numbers. Now, this would be a major SR flip, including what we just previously saw as a resistance that flipped to a support. If this wants to hold and continue to move up, we could see this easily test all-time high, which is going to be near 2 times move. Now keep in mind that we are waiting for volume right now, but in terms of the RSI and the stochastic RSI, we're looking very bullish. The MACD has plenty of room, and the VFI is starting to cross back over. It stayed over the zero this entire time in bullish formation, outperforming a lot of the other projects. So this is something to definitely consider and watch for if we do want to move up. But if the market does want to move down, we could see price come down to this $1.34 range. We could also see it come down potentially to around 80 cents. Now, if you want to learn more on why I think this is happening, please come join our Discord group. Don't fall for these fake gurus that are just telling you a bunch of bullshit and telling you that they're throwing money when they're actually not, and they're going to lead you to buy in super deep, and you're going to end up over risked and over leveraged and lose a lot of money. So if you want to learn how to actually trade and learn how to trade smart and become a profitable trader for a long-term successful trading career, come join our Discord group. You can even send me a screenshot of you leaving another Discord group, and I'll give you a free invite to our VIP group. That's how much I believe in our system, and I think that you're going to like it a lot more than a lot of these other bullshit programs and other Discord groups that you might be finding. But with all that being said, if we can get some volume on Stacks and start to see price push over, let's say $1.54, $1.55 range, I might consider to buy in as we're starting to push up and getting confirmed on a bullish movement. But until then, we're looking like we're in a wick area, and we could potentially pull back down, even though we are making a higher high. So if we did come down to, let's say, $1.10, we're still going to be making a higher low. So that's still a bullish sign and still would have plenty of room on all of these indicators to grow. Now, if this did want to hit a 10-time gain to get to $14, you're talking about a $17 billion market cap. That's not too far-fetched. Now, at current prices, a $17 billion market cap would put you at around 11th to 12th, just under Uniswap and just over Luna Terra or Terra Luna. Keep in mind also that these market cap numbers are relative, so when we get into the future and we're talking about a larger market cap, for example, when total market cap is around 4 trillion, 5 trillion, 6 trillion, 7 trillion, being at a $17 billion market cap might only put you at 25th or maybe at 30th. We don't necessarily know that until we get to that point. That's why those numbers are very relative, and they're going to consistently change as the market changes. But as of now, if it wanted to get to that number, which is a 10 times gain at $14, that's going to be putting it around the top 15 more precisely at around 11 to 12th. And that's going to wrap up this video for Stacks STX. If you guys didn't get a chance to before, please throw a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, come join our Discord groups, check out our academy, all of that fun stuff. It'd be greatly, greatly appreciated, and we'll see you on the next video.